Hi, I've got my H2O. H2O sounds like CPO, but I've got my H2O with me. Not CO2, David. Okay. I noticed that straight away when I said, what's water called now in the scientific periodic table? I'm probably saying that wrong too. H2O, not CO2. Yeah, I'm turning the engine off, and I've got a great game for you. That's my opinion. I've got a great game for you, and that's my opinion. So here we go. I'm going to get rid of this because I don't know if it's going to do anything to the actual thing itself. So we have a Pirc. We have a 15-minute each on chess.com and 10 seconds per increments per move. So here we go. So I'm white. New Zealand is white, Canada is black. So knight f6, so I know I might be heading for Pirc here. I'll put my glasses on because this just makes it a little bit easier for me to see things, because that's how I play chess. So here is not g6 as I expect, but knight bd7. So I continue on my little wee, almost pet line, knight ge2. And here is e5, so I think, well, yeah, black's playing around with me. My opponent's about 35 rating points above mine for this classical kind of rapid play. Some play like it's a 1 minute game. That's what I think. So I play, what do I play here? I think, well, I'll play f4. Okay, I'll play f4. So I whack f4 out, and quickly my opponent takes on d4, and I take with the knight. Now I could expect knight c5, but that didn't come. Came g6. So I continue with my previous earlier idea, which is thematic and book, which is g3. I don't know about f4, but now look at the pawns. Now look, we'll just do a count. It's black's move 2, 4, 5 only. Yep, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's how Yasser counts it. So bishop g7, bishop g2, castles. We're both behaving ourselves. We're both trying to look like we can play chess. I think knight b6 happens now, yeah. And I think, well, I'm going to play h3 just to be preventative on bishop g4 idea, and or else knight g4 idea. So play h3. So black's got this nice long diagonal, this very strong diagonal. Got to be very careful of that one. So here's rook e8. So I could play rook e1 or something, but I thought, well, I don't like that knight on b6. It's annoying me a wee bit. But I think, well, I'm going to play G. That's a clue. G4. So, and this is with the idea of maybe probably swinging this knight back to here and to here, where it's protecting nicely e4, and as well it's threatening g5, which is uncomfortable, I would believe, for black once I get my knight to g3. a6, but this knight, as I've already mentioned, was already on my hit list, so I went a4, thinking if c5, because there's two moves here, c5, or there's knight c4, and I'm just going to play b3, and then after knight b6, a5, and then the black knight horsey has to go out the way, has to go back d7, and then white's going to be pretty primo for ahead in development, even though black will be able to go, yes, knight c5. So c6. Now if c5, that is not very good because I just was going to play knight de2, and then it's asking me not to go where I want to put it anyway, sort of thing. So that happens quite often in chess. So c6, a5, b3, now c5 came, and so I just went knight de2 and bishop d7 and a5. Why not? So the knight goes right back to c8, which is the bishop's home square, and bishop d2, knowing full well that black's going to possibly do the unthinkable and think of taking this rook with their dark square bishop, which in this case, in the Pirc, is not the best idea in the world. At least it wasn't when I was younger. So here's bishop c6 and knight g3, knowing full well that black intends to try to open up this this problem for my rook on a1, which doesn't really worry me. Now I'm threatening g5. So what did my opponent play now? What did my opponent play now? I don't know. I think it was knight back or something. Yeah, knight d7, that's correct. So here I'm not too worried. I'll just play g5. And now comes black's plan. So what does black play? They play a bust move that's quite common in the Benko and in the Maroczy bind, or even in the Sicilian, is b5, f6, sorry, h4, chomp, b5, see? Sorry, I was a little wee bit quick there, b5, and I'm just going queen g4, doesn't worry me. And of course, hg5, fg5, hg5, b4, don't worry me. Knight d5, maybe bishop takes rook on now, but bishop d5 first, doesn't worry me. ed5, bishop a1, rook a1. Okay, now this position is, in my opinion, and it's probably very thematic, is way good for white. So knight e7, trying to capitalize on their early mistake. So but I go queen e6 check, and of course the king has king f8. No, it has king h8. I thought the bishop's on b2 already. So king h8, and then I chomp at the bit with queen d6. And I have to be careful that I don't lose my queen up there, sort of thing. So, but here's rook a7, and I go drop that piece back to c1 with rather obvious intent. And this bishop can also fly in for a wee looky, that sort of thing. So here's knight c8. Now that knight, I think, swap with the other knight, I think, because now this knight's come into play. I might be wrong there. No, I'm not. This knight's come from the king's side. This is the king's knight, and the knight that is on d7 is the queen's knight. So they've done a wee bit of a bishop b2 check, and sadly I haven't got queen e6 check because of obvious rook takes queen. So I go queen c6, thinking that if rook c7, then that will not do, because I will merely do as the computer says for white to do here. I will merely play queen a6. And then I can just run my queen back here, not here. Then I can just run my queen. So my opponent played queen c7, very sensible move, and if I'm not careful, I can try to lose my queen. So I take the queen. What's happened here? Why is the engine on? It sort of wants me to play that. That's not a bad move. I don't know if I completely like it though, because I quite like black queen f4. So I played queen c7, rook c7, and then what did I do? I went rook f1, I think. Cancel. No, I didn't. I went knight e4. Okay, I went basic. So I'm wanting to go here too, and I'm wanting to stop knight d6. And I had here I had thought of d6, and that's what I probably was going to play. It's probably quite good, but here I played knight e4, and my opponent, I don't know why it's going to do this to me. I'm going to have to open it up and go to knight e4. Sorry about that. That's what this does. Do I have to open up my game? No, I don't. I've got the way around it. So here we're going to go to knight e4. Okay, so you can see Wegener's moves very quickly. They're just David Wegener's moves. They're nothing special, but they do me okay. So that's the queen's knight on c8. Knight e4, then we're here and this. I'll get rid of that just in case it's, I hope I didn't block my face out. Can't have that. So here is the position at hand after knight e4. So my opponent, I believe, played rook f8. So I played rook f1, defending my f pawn, at least, if that's all I'm doing. And I'm sort of thinking, well, what's black going to do? That's what I was thinking, honestly. So I played c4, and I knew that that's probably what black's going to do. So now black can, if they had their way, play knight c5. So I play bishop d4, and we have this. Oh, why are you on again? Keep forgetting. And then we have this, and rook c2. And I could play rook f2, but I don't. I play bishop h3 with obvious intent of taking this, if I can. Can't move anywhere, really, to be spoken of. And also bishop e6 check. So rook e2, maybe I should just take the knight. But I play bishop e6. This is how I played it. Knight g3, rook d2. Now I play bishop e5. I can actually even play f5, as you may appreciate. But it sort of like is not the way I played it. I played bishop e5. So if knight e5, then pawn takes, and then this rook's looking very terrible. So king f8, relieving the pin on the king. So what would you play now? Now I'm not saying my play is right, but what would you play now? I think I played, did I play, I think I played rook c1, oh, I played knight e4. So what's black going to do? Obviously I'm attacking the rook now, I forgot that I did that. So we have rook e2. Now what do? I take the rook on f7, so that if rook takes knight, then bishop e6. So rook takes knight, bishop e6. So here black has to defend the knight, so it's either capture the bishop on e5, which will not do because black will end up losing their knight on c8 after fe5 check, and then bishop c8, I believe. So king e8, very, very sensible. So what do I do now? I play rook c1 with obvious idea of rook c8. So if knight e5 now, then just rook c8 and then pawn takes e5. So black now plays knight e7. So I just play a quiet move now that prevents knight e5. So what do? I just play bishop d6. And here I have gone over my 15 minutes. I was going to just be 15 minutes here. Now what should black play? I'm not going to turn the engine on, it'll stuff it up. So what can black do now? I think knight here was the move, was it? Yeah, knight f8. So what I play is, what do I play? What would you play here? And this broke my opponent's, the camel's back. Don't mean literally. But what did I play now? And this was quite hard. My opponent from Canada said to me, because we did a wee bit of talk, he said, I said, you're a good player. And he said, haven't played some mistakes here. Maybe taking the bishop on the rook, on a1 was a mistake. So what I played here now is this, which of course, if knight e6 now, then because probably the computer would play rook e6. But if knight e6 now, then I first play rook takes knight, check, and then after that I prepared, of course king here, not here, is a rook e6 discovered check and rook takes rook. So after here I prepared this for my opponent. In actual fact, it's not the greatest in the world, but it's possibly okay. And then black has this, and then I can play this. It's not entirely great what I want for this. And this sort of thing. But then we have the rook f4. Ouch. So I had planned that sort of intermediate move, which is I thought was called intermezzo. Now we have the main line, which is one move for white from checkmate after black's move, which is knight takes d5. And so that's the end of the session. I went rook c8 checkmate and thanked my opponent very much. Thank you very much. All the best with your chess, no matter where it is at and wherever you are at. I do really wish that on most of you guys. Just joking. But anyway, all the best with your chess, and thanks for viewing, and please call back. And primarily at the end of the day, enjoy your chess game.